Today, an argument between two families might end with a lawsuit or a long silence at Thanksgiving. Thousands of years ago, that same argument could end with an entire tribe being wiped from the earth. Kale led a tribe that had learned to survive fire, sickness, and hunger. But another tribe could threaten them faster than any of that. A second tribe camped 2 ridges away, led by a broad-shouldered man named Torak. Both tribes depended on the same narrow stretch of hunting ground and the same freshwater spring. For a while, the 2 tribes simply took turns, careful never to cross paths. Then Kale's hunters found their traps emptied and footprints that weren't their own. A deer carcass was found half butchered and abandoned in a hurry, left behind by whoever had been startled off. Whispers spread fast through camp. Torak's people were taking what wasn't theirs. Kale told his hunters not to retaliate. Not yet, but patience wears thin when children are going hungry. One morning, 3 of Torak's scouts were caught crouched at the edge of Kale's camp, weapons in hand. Kale's warriors surrounded them before a single word was spoken. For a long moment, nobody moved. One wrong step, and this would become something that couldn't be undone. Kale stepped between the 2 groups himself, completely empty-handed. He asked the scouts one simple question. Were there people starving too? The answer was yes. That night, Kale gathered his elders around the fire, long after the children had gone to sleep. Some argued for war. One less tribe competing for food, gone for good. Others argued a war fought over one hard season could cost them fighters they'd need for the next 10. Sarah reminded them of something simpler. Dead enemies don't share knowledge. Living ones sometimes do. In the morning, Kale walked out alone to meet Torak, unarmed, in the open ground between both camps. It was the single most dangerous walk of his life. Torak met him there, also alone, also unarmed. Neither man trusted the other. Both showed up anyway. They worked out something simple. The spring would be shared, morning for one tribe, evening for the other. The hunting ground beyond the ridge was split down an agreed line, marked with a row of standing stones. Any dispute after that would be settled by the 2 of them talking, not by their warriors fighting. It wasn't trust. Not yet, but it was a start neither side had to bury their dead to reach. Historians studying real hunter-gatherer conflict have found this pattern again and again. Disputes over hunting ground and water were the single most common cause of violence between early tribes. And just as often, those same conflicts ended not in slaughter, but in negotiated peace or shared territory. Some tribes even adopted captured members of rival tribes directly into their own families. War was never actually the most common outcome. Survival favored whoever figured out how to stop it first. The 2 tribes never fully merged, but for the rest of Kale's life, no war ever broke out between them again. Children from both camps grew up knowing each other by name instead of by fear. A decade later, a third, harsher tribe came pushing down from the north. Kale's people and Torak's people stood at the same tree line together. The standoff ended the same way the first one had. 2 old rivals, now allies, walking out unarmed to talk first. By the time Kale's hair had gone gray, the standing stones had nearly sunk into the grass, forgotten by anyone but the elders. He made sure his own children knew exactly why those stones were there, and exactly what almost happened instead. Today, most conflicts still end the exact same 2 ways they always have. A devastating cost neither side fully recovers from, or 2 people standing in open ground, willing to talk first. Every treaty table, every border agreement, traces back to some version of that same walk Kale made across open ground. His tribe didn't survive that year because they were the strongest. They survived because someone was brave enough to be the first to lower a spear. Subscribe in case the next tribe isn't as brave.